Hey, I'm Dan.
I'm George.
And today we're going to be reviewing Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2.
Yes, we are.
Which is a part of our series where we're looking at games that were really hyped up by the advertisers and the game makers, but the actual games weren't that very good.
They were really bad.
Oh god, they were horrendous. But we'll start out by talking about Star Wars, the franchise. It sort of sticks a knife right through the middle of it, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
The first one was 3.5, this one's like 3.5.1, then we'll have 3.1.4. It's just stupid.
It is stupid.
They're just making the most out of very little left now.
Yes, they are.
This story could actually mess up with the actual Star Wars story.
Yes, it could.
The original, made in the 70s, which everyone knows the story to by now, if you care about Star Wars enough to buy the game.
Yes, we do.
And you don't seem to be saying much besides from agreeing with me.
Really, Dan, I just woke up 5 minutes ago. I have no fucking clue. What the fuck are you doing? Ah!
Oh, that covers that, Daniel.
Right. So as I was saying, Harry, I was talking about the way how Star Wars, this game, could actually mess up the Star Wars franchise.
In the first one, it definitely could mess up the first one in only one way. In the second one, it goes together perfectly. But in this one, they make all this stupid shit up about cloning Jedis, and it goes nowhere with the story, except for the end, which does make sense, where Darth Vader gets captured, the ships fly off into space, and Boba Fett's ship breaks off the debris and follows the ship. So that's how it describes him escaping. But what happens to Starkiller? What happens to him after that? He's just, he just disappears from the whole galaxy, or does Boba Fett kill him?
So that's a setup towards where it enters the Star Wars franchise, which is a huge franchise. You don't want to fuck with this unless you know what you are doing. Either that or we don't understand it, even though I've played through it twice. How many times have you played through it?
I played through about 3-4 times.
And it still doesn't quite make sense. So that's how it fits all in. So we'll start out by talking about gameplay.
The gameplay is... It's got not so good graphics. I mean, in the first one, you could chop off a stormtrooper's arms and heads and everywhere in the limbs. On this one, the practical thing you can do is chop off their arms. Sure, it goes a little bit faster because you have more things to do. You've got dual lightsabers, and there are more enemies to kill, like giant monster that you fight in an arena.
There is a giant monster. However, they're not very well made. They're just sort of
sketched together, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just sort of, it doesn't have a special way to kill it, really.
But they do have a lot of exploring, like the new fighting modes where you're falling off a really high building and you're flying through the air, and that's good that they've explored it. But the things I don't get is that some of the technology that they've got on this, they've got new upgraded stuff. Like Stormtroopers have got loads of stuff that would kick anything's ass, but you do not. But they should have stuck to it where, okay, do we see these in the later episodes of Star Wars? No, we don't, because they don't exist. Where did all the equipment go? Did it just, get accidentally pushed out of an airlock and into space?
Which we can understand. We can understand the way how you need new weaponry, new stories, new planets, maybe, just to make it bigger and being able to fit a story within Star Wars, which is very well fit together, Star Wars.
Yeah.
You sort of sticking it right in the middle and it doesn't quite work.
Another thing that did disappoint me is you go to the planet of Dagobah where you meet Yoda. Now I thought you'd have to probably jump your way through the swamps to get there to see your visions and become a Jedi. Wherever Yoda would probably help you see your what you want to what you are. But actually it's a cutscene. You land there and Yoda is stood outside of this place, and you walk in. You see some weird stuff, and then you walk out, and all of a sudden that's life-changing.
Which we still don't quite understand, because how can you just sort of walk into Yoda's lair? If anyone can do that, why wasn't he killed years ago? Doesn't quite make it. Some things about this game don't quite fit well together, which they weren't going to, because you're talking about Star Wars, which either you make a game from the movie, or you have it just within the universe but something completely different. Whereas this one's contrasting with Darth Vader and everything.
Yeah, but the main thing is the graphics are poorly put together. I think they're sketched together. I mean, the Starkiller is sketched on an actual person. He's an actual person in real life.
I suppose.
You know, but okay, it's still good. Like Vin Diesel in Wheelman, that's good. But yeah, all the other characters, it's different and everything's just messed up. To be honest, there are a lot of glitchy things where you can just you glitch out.
The glitches are the worst part about this game. They are so annoying. Oh god, I can't even. Do you want to talk about them? Because they are.
Let's just move on to the story because I don't think we'll probably even have that long.
Right. Well, the story. It's no secret that you are actually betrayed by Darth Vader
Again.
for the last time.
No, maybe even for
Another 4
yeah,
or 5.
no, the third time probably. What you are is Starkiller. Actually, is being captured by the Emperor and thinks that he's dead, but Darth Vader has cloned Starkiller somehow, and this clone,
Which his technology exists, but it doesn't exist in anything
it
else.
exists on Kamino, but you can't clone a Jedi like, or Sith. But what it is you're doing a training exercise with Vader to become his new apprentice. And actually, you have to start killing these holograms of Juno when you can't do it. And then you're just about to get betrayed and you have a vision of what he did last time when he stabs you in the back with his lightsaber. So you come back and you push him away and you escape from Kamino. And
It's just a vicious circle that just doesn't really end.
it's definitely shorter than the other Star Wars thing.
The other Star Wars Force Unleashed,
Yeah.
the first one. Which isn't that bad because the other one dragged on a bit. It did sort of keep going, let's just do it.
It was a very good thing, but what you do is you go to this other planet and you fight this massive creature to save General Kota, and you get to this Imperial ship. Now, Darth Vader is hunting you down with... Is it Boba or Django? Which is...
One of the Fets.
One of the Fets. But in the map pack of Star Wars Force Unleashed, Force Unleashed 1, if you do the bad choice in Star Wars Force Unleashed 1, that does not affect the new game. So if you've done the bad choice...
Even though it should.
You become the Emperor's assistant, you kill either Django or Boba, and, so how is he still alive? And then Darth Vader gives him some badass equipment. He gives him...
More badass equipment that we don't really see.
He gives them these people dressed up as suits that let you turn invisible and teleport to other areas. I don't see that on any of the other Star Wars films, so why have you included it?
Not to mention, if he has all this equipment and he's hunting you, why have you not been obliterated yet? How are you surviving? I can understand you are a badass. There's no denying. In fact, you're the same badass from the first game. And you are a complete badass.
Technically not, because you're a clone.
Which is even more fucking stupid.
Yeah, but yeah, you...
I mean, the entire point is that you're living through this character thing and you're a clone. Which is stupid.
But you fight, these creatures, and he has these robots. These little robots, like proper mechs, and you have to fight them and kill them all. So you do, and then you get to Juno, and she's been captured. You realise that there's this where you have to go.
More people being captured, by the way.
Yeah.
Fucking captured.
Go back. You have to go back to the place, Kamino, where you started before, because there's a massive cloning base with a cloning Jedi, and it gets a bit weird because you fight your way through all this company, all this shit, and you meet Darth Vader in the massive cloning lab with a cloning Jedi. Now, any rightful Jedi would put fighting Darth Vader
Definitely.
and trying to find the real Starkiller after him trying to save the rebels from all this. They're getting absolutely destroyed. They're getting wiped out. They're getting killed. But Starkiller's clone puts his feelings and Juno in front of the whole Empire. It's pretty bullshit. So
it just goes on and on and on.
And you're fighting Darth Vader, and this fight will not end. You finally get to Juno, and you're there, and you're fighting, and Darth Vader throws her out of a window, and she lands on some electric current, and it fries her. So you fight, you get really mad, and you hit Darth Vader, and you jump down to see her, and then she doesn't breathe. And so you go after Vader, and you're about to kill him, and this is the only choice in the game, you know, like last time, you either kill Darth Vader, which says Sith, evil, you know, kill Darth Vader, or good, save Darth Vader.
He deserves it. How is that such an evil choice when he deserves it?
Yeah, he's killed millions of people, and yet, killing him's bad, but letting him live's good. And the good option is, if you do it, then they get all the information, and the story goes all the way back to number 4. But it doesn't. It just doesn't make sense. Where does Starkiller and Juno and General Kota go? If they're so important to the rebels, they would go and kill him. So you capture him as if you take the good choice, and you all fly off in different directions to get him, and Django or Bob's thingy breaks off something and follow you. So what? Does Django or Bob, I don't care, one of the Fets kill Starkiller, a Jedi, okay, a clone Jedi, but fucking a Jedi, he takes on that. That is pretty badass, okay?
And that's the creature that I was talking about that doesn't really move too well. It just moves like anything else, and it doesn't have any special.
But he kills that, and yet he gets killed by a fucking bounty hunter.
A bounty hunter? All this fucking equipment, and he gets killed by a fucking bounty hunter.
Yeah, he gets killed by a bounty hunter. He has 2 lightsabers, and he has, what, a rocket launcher and a few guns. Oh, because he couldn't just block them all. And you can do this thing on it.
Another badass in Star Wars.
Yeah, you can... And then I understand he'd probably break into the ship, take Darth Vader and get out of there. Yeah, that's simple. But it doesn't make sense. Where do they go? And then it just ends, and it leads on to, you know, this normal story where it leaves a lot of questions unanswered, like what happens to the cloning facility, you know, what happened if the...
Surely, if you're going to have a sequel, it should have answers, not more fucking questions.
Yeah.
And how can you have more questions when there's something fucking after it? You can't have all these fucking unanswered questions, it just doesn't fit. But anyway, the main thing about this game is the ending. It's the biggest part about the game towards what can make or break Star Wars.
People were playing this game going, right, let's get to this ending, because if
the
it doesn't fit...
The ending is where you always go to get a game, to get the answers, to get everything done, to make sure it fits. If the ending doesn't fit, the game shouldn't exist.
Yeah, but yeah, another thing that really is annoying is the DLC that you do get for it. Now, we don't really speak about DLC much, do
No,
we?
but we really do need to in this one.
In the first one, you have about 3 map packs where you kill Obi-Wan Kenobi, if you're evil, you make Luke Skywalker your apprentice, an apprentice of the dark side, and
Luke Skywalker, the main good guy, becoming an apprentice for the fucking bad guys.
But yeah, right, so you've got Luke Skywalker who becomes to the dark side. Then in the other one, the other one makes kind of sense because you go to the Jedi Temple and you have to find out what your father does and become a true Jedi or Sith, whatever. I don't care. But yeah, then
there's
in
a
the
lot
new
of
map
ends.
is Endor, and Endor, you know, the hidden bunker where you're the apprentice, and you're actually not the apprentice. You're one of Darth Vader's hidden clones, which somehow survived.
I'm getting sick of hearing that name. Clone.
Somehow
So you're not even.
survived.
This isn't even fucking real. So I don't see the fucking point of this. It's not an awful game. It's not the worst game you'll ever play. And sure, if you're a massive Star Wars fan, you've probably already got it. Or if you're just looking for a game where you go chop some guy's head off, this is a fairly decent
Which you don't
game.
do in this game. You chop the bloody arms off.
Which is fucking stupid. Once again, another stupid choice.
Oh,
that this
my
game
arms!
is making.
My arms! Help! I am gonna die.
I'm going to fucking die, but it's, you know, it's okay. Instead, you're evil. You're supposed to chop people's heads off. It's the way to go.
But anyway, what you mainly do is you go through the Endor, you kill some Ewoks. Okay, that's pretty cool, killing Ewoks, because they're helplessly fucking retarded. Yeah, they chop an Ewok in half and you will laugh your head off. But yeah, you get to the bunker and Han Solo and Chewbacca are outside defending it. And Chewbacca's in a big thing, you know, big, whatever it's called, ATT. ATT, I think it's the ATT, but he's in that. Okay, it kind of fits to the story of what happens in episode 6, but how does that happen if you know, Luke Skywalker doesn't exist if he's dead, if he's your apprentice. He'd surely stop them. So you kill Han Solo and you kill Chewbacca, stab Chewbacca in the face, which is pretty cool. And you go into this bunker. Now, if you can remember on the bunker in Episode 6, it's a little room. You go down a corridor and there's a little control room where there's a couple of pipes and a little thing. It's not that big. You go into it and it is this huge, massive underground complex. It's kind of like a smaller version of the Death Star, practically. It's fucking massive. So you spend about 20 minutes, half an hour going through this, all fighting rebels and stuff, and you get to Princess Leia, who actually fucking scares the shit out of you, and because she looks at you with this demented face and goes, "You killed and you captured my brother on Hoth, and now I've taken his place as a fucking Jedi." Okay, you can't just become a Jedi. You have to have a midichlorian rate or something.
Yep.
So you fight her, and she puts up quite a fight, but she's pretty fucking pathetic.
Which is
hot.
pointless, because what's the point having a fight?
So you're there
with a main character that's going to be easy.
Yeah. You kill her, and you're sat there meditating with your hands, with your fingers, whatever, and then loads of Imperial ships just come over, but again, an amazing thing happens where the Emperor actually wins.
The Emperor wins.
The Emperor wins because they're stood there on the Death Star, and the Emperor comes behind Darth Vader and electrocutes him about his shit. And, you know, he dies, and I just find it pretty pointless because it just fucks up the story.
So, overall, this game is not the worst game you'll ever play. Nor is it a part of the worst franchise you'll ever be a part of.
The story doesn't make sense. It's the only
But the thing that you know that this is a bad game that really does disappoint is the fact that me, not a huge Star Wars fan, am I, Harry?
No.
Can piss me off because it's so ridiculous in the storyline. The gameplay, yeah, it's similar. Yeah, quite a lot of it's quite related to the first one, which it's not that bad actually, because the first one's quite a good game. But still, the story needs fixing. Well, you can't fix it now, it's been out for quite a while, so you've got to deal with it. All these questions, you've got to look on the internet to try and find answers for, which I don't want to do. I never want to look on the internet.
And here's the thing that you can do. LucasAid Arts never, ever make another Star Wars Force Unleashed game ever. It's done. It's over. Dead.
It's gone. It was dead after the first one. It's still dead. You certainly didn't revive it. I've been Dan. That's been Harry.
Like, subscribe, rate. Thank you. Bye.
Or, buy the game.
Don't buy
the fucking game. It's fucking ridiculous.